Welcome to the Schools of Excellence podcast, where we transform everyday leadership struggles into powerful legacies that impact generations. I'm your host, Chanie, a 20-year veteran of school leadership who has helped hundreds of school leaders achieve what many thought was impossible through our signature programs, School Leadership HQ and Enrollment Engine. With our battle-tested frameworks and blueprints, leaders have achieved 90% parent retention, 50% less staff turnover, 15% improved profit margins, and increased enrollment by 25%. My mission is simple: to revolutionize school leadership by elevating the skills, the habits, and mindset of passionate leaders ready to create lasting change. Join me as we build your legacy of excellence, one transformative conversation at a time. Hello there, and welcome back to the Schools of Excellence podcast. We are in our final episode of this series, of our Money Leak series. And our final Money Leak is admin and tech. So today's conversation is all about admin efficiency systems for schools. And admin and tech, it's, not emotional like staff culture, or it's not, this giant financial push in like enrollment, but it is without a doubt one of the biggest hidden profit drains in your school. Because when tech and software, right, all these things are underutilized, when you have workflows or SOPs that are paper-based, when you're paying for software that no one uses, it's not just about the financial wasting of money. You're burning time because you have tech and software and things that you're trying to use, but you're not really using, and you have all these logins, and it is time, and time is your most valuable asset. And so admin and tech is it's really one of the spines of schools' efficiency, because when it's neglected, it leaks into your operations. So going back again to the Money Leaks Diagnostics, schoolsofexcellence.com/moneyleaks. Go check it out. The link is in the show notes. And there are 5 sections to the admin and tech, right? So you have digital workflow and process management, right? You want to be able to understand that the way you're doing things is not because it's always been done that way, but because this is the most efficient way to do this, right? Where you have fully cloud-based systems, you have efficient workflows. And again, some of you are listening oh yeah, we have, great, then move on to the next thing, right? Technology utilization is crazy, okay? Because everyone's got a tech stack of all their different software that they uses. And I actually have a school software and tech audit that we have as part of our School Leadership HQ. And it's a fillable, simple PDF that our clients use when they're auditing their software and tech stack. And I can't even tell you how many subscriptions people cancel when they run through this audit. So we had a client, Sonia, and she had 19 softwares, 19 that she canceled. Okay, because she listed 19 different tech tools that her team was drowning in platforms that they were not even using. Okay, some were redundant, some had overlapping features. And so number one, she canceled what was being used. She downgraded the ones that she didn't need the premium features for. And then she standardized what the team actually needs. And so when we sat down with her from a financial perspective, right, she had premium plans, she had redundant tools, she removed about 5 to 7 tools that were redundant, she downgraded tools from premium to basic. When we looked at the cost savings over the course of a year, it came up to close to $4,000. $4,000. That is a huge profit drain. But she didn't stop there. She actually assigned an internal champion per platform that she did keep. So no one person had to learn all the platforms. She was building capacity, time capacity, brain capacity, mental capacity. And that has a massive impact on money leaks, right? So that was literally just from the tech utilization. The third section is automation and efficiency, right? Really understanding that repetitive tasks need to be automated. And again, automation is not about replacing people. It's about saving their time so they can do the things that only humans can do. And in a world where AI is getting faster and faster and faster and more efficient and more efficient and more efficient, use AI, leverage it, use it, and then free up the time that only your team can do, that only humans can actually do. Because there are things that only humans can do, like doing gratitude, like doing one-on-ones, like doing a classroom observation, like giving someone feedback, like being and sitting in someone and witnessing someone else. AI can't do that. No one wants a robot to witness them. People want real humans with real heart and real blood flowing through them. Okay. And so we had a client that she didn't realize that her onboarding, even though she's been in the industry for years, it was never really automated. Like they had every single part of the journey, there was a person. And the thing that I told her, I said, listen, there are things that should be fully automated, scheduling, reminders, links, and then use the human for the part that should not be automated and repetitive, because the thing that the person is doing is creating connection. It's building a relationship. It's intimacy. You can't put that on a repetitive task Trello board, but
most school leaders I work with aren't struggling because they're doing something wrong. They're stretched because they've done so much right, but everything still feels like it falls on them. You thought it would be so much easier by now. You've built great teams. You've raised tuition. You've built every system. You have full classrooms. But underneath it all, you are still the backup plan, the fixer, the emotional engine of the school. That's why I put together a curated playlist, the top 5 episodes every school leader needs to hear. These are episodes that you'll return to when you're in shifting seasons, when you need to make a pivot, when there's new pressure, when survival strikes again. Whether you're in expansion, you're delegating, or you're finally trying to step out of the day-to-day. These are the conversations that will help you realign with who you are as a leader and build a school that doesn't rely on your constant presence to function well. We talk team trust, sustainable systems, predictable profit, and what it takes to really stop being the backup plan for everything and everyone in your school. Go to schoolsofexcellence.com/top5 to download the bundle and start listening today.
You can put some other things on there that your team is not putting on there, right? So some questions to really ask yourself is like, what repetitive admin tasks could you automate? Could your team automate? And again, this doesn't have to be a you thing. This is why I have an entire training inside of School Leadership HQ on the 4 levels of work, because you need to understand what is yours to hold, right? And the 4 levels of work are strategic level work, implementation level work, support level work, and classroom level work. A lot of this stuff sits at the support level, which means if you're an owner listening to this, not for you. It's not yours to carry. You have to know what's yours to carry. Next, data security and file management. We need to understand the type of systems in file management that we want to create, right? Like I often call it like the Monica Geller of systems, right? Where it's like color-coded and this and organized and this is cross-referenced to this or whatever it is, right? Like not everyone's favorite person, but everyone really likes that everything is color-coded and filed or whatever it is. A great baseline is like if it takes me more than 10 seconds or even more than 5 seconds to find a file in our drive, like it should not take me more than 5 seconds to find something in our files. And if it is, there's a leak. It means it's not categorized properly. It means it's not named properly. There's no conventional naming system. Like we don't know where to go look for something. That's a leak. So find the person in your company who likes to color code things, right? Find your Monica and set the standards. Measure their success by how quickly someone else can find what they need. It's a great, great metric. And guess what? Every single one of you that are listening, all of you know that person who can color code, cross-reference, and do all the things. Give them that job and pay them to do it. They'll be so happy and you'll be so happy. This isn't part of the diagnostic, but I want to add this component here. If you have a document, right, where one document is called the 6 money leaks and another document is called final doc x.6, that is not a system, okay? You need consistent naming across the team. You need like consistency. You need clarity. So when someone leaves, the brain of your business doesn't walk out with them. I'm going to say that again. When someone leaves, the brain of your business does not walk out with them. I can't even tell you how much cleanup my team is doing this year on so many systems and rhythms, right? Like something as basic as I thought was happening in the podcast where I thought we were doing certain tracking. when the podcast was set up by the team who set it up, who's not the team that's currently managing the podcast, like they did not do so many core things that I thought were done. And it just wasn't done. And now we brought in a podcast professional to help us grow the podcast and grow our reach and expand. And she's like, where's this? Where's this? Where's that? I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, woo, like we got a serious leak going on over here, right? And again, like, and the reason I'm sharing this example is because like, just because I teach this concept for schools, it doesn't mean I don't have leaks in my business, right? Like every single business will have money leaks. Every single business will have different areas where it's like, whoa, we did not optimize that for success. That is not an efficient way to use that. Okay, now we know. Now we're going to do better. So let's talk about like the real cost of not fixing this, okay? Because a paper-based process slows everything down and increases error risk. I spoke with someone about 18 months ago and she's like, we really got to get out of the dark ages. Like a lot of our onboarding forms are still paper-filled. And I was like, you can decide to do that. Like you don't have to be in the dark ages, okay? Like underutilized software is wasted money. Manual scheduling eats your admin time. Okay, lost files and outdated systems drain team trust and morale. When people cannot find what they need, they're like, oh my God, this place is such a zoo. It's a zoo. And if your admin and tech only work when certain people are there, you don't have a system. You have dependency. Dependency is not scalable. It's not sustainable. And it is not leadership. And you have a lot of people. There are people inside of organizations that specifically don't create this kind of transparency because they love the control. They want to be in control. They want people to be dependent on them. And that's a whole nother level of conversation. I don't think that it happens in most schools. I think in most people, it's not sinister or malicious. Like I actually think it's like just in Yiddish, there's a word called batlanis, which is, it's not real laziness because it's more than that. It's kind of this like complacency, laziness and apathy all in one word is how you would describe that word in Yiddish. So there's one word for apathy, laziness, and complacency that you combine together, and that's what batlanis is. For those of you who know Yiddish who are listening to the podcast. So that's I think a lot of people in schools, when these things are like messy, it's not coming from the wrong place. It's apathy, it's disconnection, it's disassociation. It's just, it's too much work. Can't be bothered. Like it's just in my head. Just ask me. I'll tell you, So what are the action items you can do? Okay. Because again, this episode is not just about awareness. We need to take action. Okay. 1, run a software audit. What tools are you paying for? Who uses them? Are they doing what they're meant to do? Right? A simple software audit. Again, we have inside of HQ a software audit that we, like a PDF that we help our clients work through. 2, identify one manual task that you can automate. So do you have staff reminders? Like, can we automate that? Is there time off requests? Can we have a system where they put in those time off requests? Start small, one task, one win. Please do not feel this episode is we have to overhaul this whole thing. Everything costs so much money. But and here's the thing, guys, admin and tech is a fortune. I had a conversation with someone about 9 months ago. She wanted to join HQ and she's like, oh, I can't afford it, blah, 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 whatever. I said, let's do a tech audit together. Okay. Let's go through the money leaks. We went through the money leaks. She realized where she was overspending in tech. She canceled 3 subscriptions and she freed up $9,000. $9,000. And she was able to use some of that towards HQ. When we say these things, I can't afford this, I can't afford this. No. Do the money leaks diagnostic, do the audit, see what's going on, see where you're leaking, and then you'll actually have the money for the things that you want. And if it's to invest in a program, great. And if it's to invest in something else and you want a Persian rug, go for it. Okay. Assign a drive cleanup project. Okay. Choose someone with an eye for organization, set up the naming conventions and say, here is success. Can I find any file in 10 seconds? Right? These are such simple, quick wins that will start to oh my gosh, free up brain capacity, free up your mind. Okay. And go put into your calendar, schedule a quarterly audit block. Every 90 days, have a thing that says review tech, review subscriptions, review automations, review workflows. That is having a rhythm inside of your business where you are consistently keeping your eye on these money leaks, not as a one-time thing when you heard the podcast episode, but consistently. And now that you're inspired, open your calendar, put a block that says review all of these things and link the link to today's podcast episode there. So you can actually just quickly reference What is it? Oh, right, that podcast episode. Oh, I put the link inside my calendar. Great, I can go back and re-listen. This podcast isn't going anywhere. It lives for eternity. Go back and listen to it in 90 days from now. So here's the thing. Here's my final words. You don't need to be tech savvy, okay? You need to have a systems mindset. You don't even have an operational brain. A systems mindset. Build, optimize, right? Admin and tech is not about knowing how to code. It's not about knowing how to click every single button in Brightwheel or ProCare. It's about knowing with real data what is working, what is not, and what needs to be built, refined, or optimized. Okay? So click the link in the show notes, schoolsofexcellence.com/moneyleaks. Take the diagnostic, see which part of the diagnostic you're weak. If it's an admin and tech, look at the sections, pick one win, one rhythm, one focus. Don't do 1,000 things, one thing, okay? And go get that win. And thanks so much for joining me.